That Thug interview just rewired the whole convo. I ain't gonna lie. People who swore Gunna was the victim, now they sitting there like, hold up.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Maybe we missed something. Cause when Thug laid it out, paperwork, loyalty, that whole one signature could give me lifeline, it hit different. You could hear the pain in his voice, like this wasn't just rap beef, this was betrayal. But here's the part nobody ready for. What if Thug got the order wrong? What if DK actually pled first? If that's true, then by Thug's own logic, don't it kind of let Gunna off the hook? See, this right here changes everything. So let's break it down. Before this interview, most folks had it simple. Gunna's the quiet victim, Thug's the bitter bully. That was the narrative online all week. Thug looking spiteful, Gunna looking innocent. But once that podcast dropped, man, Thug walked in sounding way more real than people expected. Honest, emotional, damn near tearing up at times. He ain't dodged a single question. He sat there and addressed everything head on. And let's be real, that alone flipped a lot of people. Cause up till now, Thug's been throwing subliminals on Twitter looking petty. But when you finally hear him break it down, you could feel how personal it is. That energy, it had people walking away like, yo, maybe we judged this wrong. Bruh basically went from villain to victim in one interview.
How? Hold on, bro.
And the way he broke it down, you felt it. He wasn't talking like a rapper trying to save face. He was talking like a man who got stabbed in the back by somebody he fed. He said it clear. Yo, I didn't lose him to death. I lost him to betrayal. That one hits, because death is final. You grieve and move on. Betrayal, that stays with you, especially when it's somebody you poured years into. Thug was hurt because this wasn't just a label mate. This was his so-called twin. He talked about buying Gunna's first spot, helping his mom get a house, telling him to reconnect with his dad, giving him millions, putting him on. He even said he spent more time with Gunna than his own kids.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
I'm a twin, bro. I don't got my friends, bro. I'm just fuck, man. I'm fuck, bro. The nigga who I be with every day, I don't got him no more, bro. I'm fuck, bro. Damn. I'm fucked up, bro. I don't know what to do, bro. Like, and I ain't lose no nigga to tragic or now. I lost a nigga to betrayal, bro. You signing that one piece of paper, signing your initials on this one piece of paper could get me a life sentence, my nigga. How you, like, what? Come on, bro. I get a life sentence all this piece of paper you signed, bro. Just cause you trying to get home fast, or you just trying to get to a hole, or you just doing a certain thing, bro. And you already done betrayed a nigga before, bro. Damn. A piece of paper, nigga, you gonna let a piece of paper in all this shit? Nigga, we men, bro. We brothers, nigga. Ain't no nigga in the world making me go get Gunna. No nigga, bro.
So from his perspective, it's like, I gave you everything I could, and the first chance you got, you signed something that could bury me. That's why he don't see it as just a legal move. To him, it's personal.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Thug ain't just play the street code card, he switched it up. He took it out of the streets and put it in what I'd call friendship court. Forget gangs, forget music. Look at it like this. You and your best friend in a room trapped. Somebody slides you a paper and says, first one to sign gets out. But the other one, he's done. You sitting there like, nah, I ain't signing that. We gonna ride this out together. Then you look over and your so-called twin already scribbling his name down, ready to leave you behind.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We going in the trial saying that YSL is not a gang. Now you got Gunna and the rest of these 7 niggas take a plea and say YSL is a gang. Except Duke. Everybody else who took a plea said YSL is a gang. Now my lawyer, now we having a meeting, all the lawyers having a round table meeting. Now all the lawyers saying YSL ain't no gang. These are the points we're gonna hit. This is what we're gonna do. YSL not a gang. This is what we're going to. All lawyers are aligned. 100%, all they had. This is what we doing. Huddle, break. Now this nigga take a plea and say it is a gang. Now these 7 niggas take a plea and say it is a gang. Now they going back into the drawing board. Now the lawyer going to the drawing board like, well, now we talking to the jurors. First we telling the jurors YSL ain't a game. Now we going back to the jurors say, well, some people might say it's a game, but we ain't a part of that part of it. We a part of the record label part.
That's betrayal on a human level. Don't matter if you from the streets or from the suburbs, you gonna feel that. And that's the way Thug laid it out. He made everybody watching step out of the courtroom drama and ask themselves, what would I do if my day one chose himself over me? That's why people who clown Thug before the interview started saying, damn, maybe I get it now. Here's where it gets tricky. Thug's whole anger at Gunna is built on the belief that Gunna was the first one to fold. That's why he's extra hard on him. He even gave passes to some other YSL dudes saying once one man signs, the rest gonna feel pressure. But the paperwork don't lie. Documents show DK pled out on December 13th, 2022. Gunna's deal, December 15th, 2 days later. So if Thug's logic is the first dude to break is the rat, the rest are just surviving, then technically Gunna wasn't first. And that's what makes this so messy. Because if we're holding Thug to his own words, that would mean DK should be the main target of his anger. But nah, he still puts it all on Gunna, which tells me it ain't just about the dates, it's about the bond.
What about the who actually started YSL with you? Didn't they take their plea before Gunna?
No, he the first plea.
For real?
Gunna took the first, he know that, you know that.
I didn't know that.
Gunna took the first plea.
I thought them niggas already telling them.
No, Gunna took they had already told back in the day on crimes and shit that they was involved in and all that.
On the RICO?
Nah.
No, see, look.
The RICO came in 2022.
I'm thinking.
The RICO came March 9th, 2022, man.
What's the little dude?
May 9th.
From your hood that's
DK.
Started, and who is another one too?
Slug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that them two already saying like, just say for instance, if me, Shy, and Cuz start a game, right?
Yes.
And we all identify as the three founders.
Right.
And we signed Thug. And the two founders saying, yeah, it's a game. But Bank saying it's not. How is Thug wrong for just being an artist by saying it is too? That's what I'm thinking happened.
No, that ain't what happened. That ain't what happened, Bank. The first plea took was Gunna plea. Ever. The first plea took was Gunna. Slug, all them took pleas after Gunna. Everybody took the plea after Gunna. I can't even be as mad at them as I can be as him. I should, because y'all still grown men. No matter what this nigga say, y'all grown men. Just like me. When he said YSL was a game, the smartest thing for me to do is say, yeah, it is a game. One of the niggas who they saying is a founder of it, he not even a founder. One of the niggas who they saying is a founder of it that came on out and took a plea and said it's a game. You'll be a mother idiot to sit in here saying that it's not a game.
Now here's the part a lot of people outside the system don't get. Yeah, Gunna never actually walked into court and testified against Thug. That's facts. But the plea he signed, it came with an agreement. If the state ever needed him, he'd have to sit on that stand and say, YSL is a gang. No pleading the fifth, no dodging. He already admitted it in writing. So for Thug, that's betrayal right there. Even if Gunna never spoke a word in court, just knowing he was willing to if called, that's enough to feel like your brother left you for dead. And the fallout was huge. Thug even said it messed up their whole legal strategy. Before those pleas, lawyers were united on one angle. YSL is not a gang. But once dudes started signing, including Gunna, the state could say, well, your own people admitted it was. And boom, the defense had to rework everything. So when Thug says that signature could have given him life, he ain't exaggerating. Thug also called out Gunna's silence. On the surface, Gunna been moving smart. He don't respond, don't clap back, just drops music and lets the internet argue for him. To fans, that makes him look like the calm, innocent one. But Thug said, nah, that ain't calm. That's strategic. Staying quiet so there's no record of you saying the wrong thing. Letting people feel sympathy while you play the victim. And honestly, he's not wrong. Silence can be power. But to Thug, silence ain't manhood. He basically said, When it's about being a man, strategy don't matter. You look me in the eye and own what you did. So the way he sees it, Gunna ain't just quiet, he's hiding.
Me personally, as a man, me knowing him, he's smarter than he look. Gunna's a smart man. He let his silence make you think other things about him. He's a smart man. He's strategic. I taught him how to be. The thing about it is, when it come down to being real, the strategicness go away from me when it come to being a man, like standing on man business, a man. I know how to be strategic, but I forget to be strategic when it come to that. I'm going to say the truth. I'm going to pour it out what it's supposed to be. Life to him is just all about being strategic. It ain't about nothing about being a real man or like coming to grips with what's going on or just like knowing like I did that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to always be some strategic shit behind it.
So you like, it just came out the blue. You know, usually when niggas, if you, the nigga you describing, you would have been saw that though. So you saying this just came out the blue with that case?
Thug made it clear. This ain't just about paperwork. It's about respect. He said Gunna still hasn't given him a real explanation. Not a text, not a call.
I've never seen
Nothing. Matter of fact, the only reason they even had contact was because Thug's own dad put him in a group text. Thug saw the number pop up, checked it, and boom, it was Gunna. And even then, no here's why I did it, no accountability, nothing. That's what eats at him. Because in Thug's mind, you don't got to like what you did. You don't even got to apologize. But at least stand on it. Own your move like a man. To him, Gunna ducked that part. Thug went deeper. He framed it as breaking man code. He basically said, once you present yourself one way but move another, he can't look at you the same. Doesn't matter if it's about loyalty, sexuality, or just being solid. You break that backbone, you done in his eyes. And the way he tied it in, he wasn't even yelling. He sounded disappointed. Like, I thought you stood on something. Turns out you just strategic. See, Thug separates the two. To him, strategy is for business moves. Manhood, that's supposed to be straight up, no games. If you broke that once, no explanation in the world can patch it. So when he calls Gunna a rat, it ain't just legal, it's personal. He's saying, you broke the code, and that's forever. Here's the flip side, though. Gunna looked like he left this whole mess behind. He's back outside, making music, focusing on health, family, just living life. And the silence, for him, that's probably part of moving forward. Meanwhile, Thug's still stuck on it. Every interview, every chance he gets, he circles back to Gunna. The anger, the pain, the betrayal, it's still right there. And that's why some folks say Gunna don't owe him a word. Like, bro, you called him a rat in public 100 times. At the end of the day, this whole situation ain't really about gang politics or courtrooms. It's about loyalty under pressure. Because anybody can scream twin in day one when the money's flowing and the shows are packed. But the minute them feds drop a RICO on the table, all that talk is tested. Thug saying I gave this man everything. Houses, money, family, time. And when it mattered most, he gave me paperwork.
I had him man with me every day since late 2015. I had him man with me every day, bro. I made that man I made him a millionaire. Like, I bought his first apartment that he lived in. I bought it with my money. I made him put his money up. Keep your money. I bought it with my money because I had a little extras. I bought that shit. I went half and half with you to buy your mama house. Your mama first house, get her out of the hood. I did that. Me. I told you to go down there to the country town and get your daddy, no matter what your differences is with your daddy. I told you that. I know for a fact, me personally, I know your dad don't look at you like a real nigga. I know that. This is my man's. Your dad is my OG. He don't look at you like that. I made you go get your dad. I made you reunite with your family and do the right thing. I just poured my all into him, bro. I gave him more time than my children, bro. I gave him more time than my kids. I gave him more time than my old lady. Like, I poured my life into these people, bro.
That's the wound. That's why he sound more hurt than angry. Meanwhile, Gunna's move shows what most people already know. When the system squeezes you, most folks gonna pick themselves. That's just reality. So the real core, pressure exposes what loyalty really is. And in this case, it exposed that the bond between Thug and Gunna wasn't as solid as everybody thought. This whole situation with Thug and Gunna should be a wake-up call. Everybody loves screaming day one, twin, loyalty for life, until real pressure shows up. A RICO case don't just test your money, it tests your morals, your friendships, your whole character. Because here's the truth. You never really know somebody until the system puts heat on them. And when that happens, you might realize the same person you fed, the same person you trusted with your family, will pick themselves the moment survival's on the line. That's why I keep saying, don't mix business with brotherhood. Don't confuse being around someone every day with them being solid for life. Because when it counts, loyalty ain't in words, it's in actions. And sometimes those actions will break your heart. If you watching this right now thinking my people would never do me like that, just remember, Thug probably thought the same thing about Gunna. So here's the question. Does Thug deserve that explanation from Gunna, or was Gunna's silence the smartest move he could make? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.